right, welcome everybody. How you guys doing? A very, very exciting day of trading. Listen, let's kind of review some of the vamps, some of the stuff the vamp has been saying over the last couple days. All right, I know I've been super busy, everybody. I've been remodeling one of my clubs. If you don't know, my real day job, whatever you want to call it, is I do own 7 nightclubs. So we are remodeling one of them right now, and I have been just night and day and night and day down there trying to get it all worked out. It's going to be a couple more weeks, if not a month, until I'm done. So that's why I have been so sporadic on doing shows. Once again, I do apologize. And Jacob, yes, I do have pictures, buddy. Yeah. Of course you get table service, buddy. Of course you get table service. So listen. I've been warning everybody for so long. You know what I'm saying? I've been, this is me, March 14th, right? This is me looking at the longs to shorts chart right now. The longs RSI all time low, longs to shorts almost equal, longs on their trend line, right? And I was saying, I'm like, oh my God, right? I mean, just this is me. It's a little prayer out to the bull gods and the bear gods alike. And I think that's the first chart we really want to get over here and jump into real quick. Is I want to go over here and let's find my longs to shorts chart. Where are you? There it is. There is the longs to shorts chart right there. Look at this thing. So take a look at this trend line, right? We start with this trend line way back yonder when I was a little bitty baby. Well, shit, I take it back. I wasn't even trading, or I just started to look at Bitcoin right here at this point. I'm going to clear this off real quick. Okay, and then bring it back up. So right here, this is the longs. This is the amount of longs. You see the trend line touch right there, and then boom. Now the blue line you have right here is price action. So the price action mooned. You got a moony moon, a bounce off this trend line, and a moon. You come all the way over here yonder. This is October 17, 2018. The exact same trend line touch. And you got a sideways movement. There was a little drop, and then a little up, and then a little down, and then a little up, and then a little, I can only compare this to all of your latest relationships, right? That you have being members of the crypto community, right? Because I saw a comment just a little bit a while ago on the chat. They were asking how Bleeding's wife feels about him checking his phone all night, the price of Bitcoin. And yes, I have the same issue with my wife. Trust me, I have had a few heated debates after a few 24 to 36 hour sessions, and the only thing that ever makes that end up on the positive side for me is when I show her my account balance and say, but look baby, I was awake for 24 to 36 hours, but look at how much money I made shorting the shit out of that. Oh yeah, it definitely smooths it out, right? There's 3 things that make women happy, right? Shopping, and more shopping. So as long as you guys understand all of that, you guys are going to be good. And then there's 3 things that make men happy. There's sex. And then if anybody ever figures out what the other 2 are, I don't even really care about it. But yeah. All right. So let's move along here. So listen, take a look at this really, really wild wick. Right, that's a really, really wild wick right here of a lot of the longs from that bounce we had. A lot of the longs took a lot of profit. Like they all took their profit right here. They're like, all right, hold up, hold on, wait a minute. What's happening here? And what's happened is this has thrown us right back into this damn danger zone. So once again, I have been warning everybody over and over and over and over, right? Look, we have practically never blown out this trend line, right? I'm going to drag this baby. Oh, not that one. I want to drag this one a little bit further. Okay, there we go. See what happened on this one. Quasi-lowish right there, but still bounce off the trend line right there. Just want to see what that one did right there. There it is. Okay, so here's my issue. I don't like to do really TA on the particular the action of the longs and or shorts. So that would be Elliott wave or that would be Elliott wave or whatever you want to do Fibonacci and stuff like that, patterns. I don't like to really do that on the longs to shorts. Now the RSI, I do like the RSI, and I like the signals that you do get, the oversold and overbought signals from RSI. Now, this actually just ended up in a pump. Now, we've had two pumps, right? So this was crazy. So we had a pump at the top, right? We had a pump at the top, and now we just had a pump at the bottom. What the fuck? Right? We just had two pops, and I don't get. I don't know if I don't get it, or I just don't get it. I just don't know. Right? I mean, two pumps, a pump at the top and a pump at the bottom. Very interesting. Right? And I have to say, this is something I've been telling everybody. With the RSI this low on the longs, guys, I don't know, dude. I've been going back and I've been in the members area saying, oh my God, I need help, dude. Listen, I am technically a noob trader, as I've only been trading since, early 2018. I've never seen this. I don't know what to do here. I'm kind of lost. And I got to tell you guys, I am definitely kind of lost right here. With this, and this is just my biggest. I don't know what the hell. I've never seen us this low. This is freaking crazy low. And listen, there's two ways to get out of this, right? Usually you get out of this area with a big pump, which we just had a pretty reasonable size pump. Okay, and I was hoping that I would wake up this morning and I would see this thing way up yonder and the longs up yonder. And now that I look at this chart, I'm looking at this and I'm going, this didn't help. This pump did not help at all. This didn't help to clear up the issue, right? This is not better, right? So, we just don't have a solution that's been played out right now, right? Yeah, so dude, I agree that Phoenix has been losing its relevance for a while simply because of USDT and a lot of the issues they have with the withdrawals and people complaining and so on and so forth and their banking issues. I agree that there's a lot of issues that are associated, but I do also have to say that, we literally have freaking parity. We have parity. We have parity on longs to shorts, right? And it's been a minute since we've had this kind of parity on longs to shorts right there, right? I mean, this is this is kind of some sideways moving action shit. And look, the shorts are respecting the trend line as they have. Look, there's the shorts respecting the trend line, shorts respecting the trend line, shorts respecting the trend line, shorts respecting the trend line. And I gotta say that I just don't know, peeps. I don't know. I really wish I knew right now, but I am honestly a little bit lost right here. With this chart. Now, did I know that some shit was gonna pop off? Yeah, I mean, it had to pop off. Do I think it's finished popping off? No. The answer is no, right? I'm this has not corrected, right? The longs RSI has not corrected. All right? It is not corrected. So could we be in for a big dump? We could be. Could we be in for a big long? We could be. Remember, and it goes both ways to clear this thing up right here. Now, the issue, now look again at this freaking candle here. Look at this damn candle. This is just a crazy, crazy wild candle. All right, let's move along. I want to take a look at some other things. RSI, weekly RSI. Once again, I'm telling you guys, what a run. What a damn run. Like, amen, hallelujah. This is like the run of runs on Stoke, the run of runs on MACD. This is insane. Now, we do have a higher high on both of these indicators, but we have a lower high on the price action. So all of these have gone up. Every single weekly indicator, RSI, Stoke, and MACD, all higher highs, including the histogram. But we have a lower set price action, right? If you go way back yonder, there was our higher high. Our higher high was right here. All right, I'll scoot that up. There's on that 3. Okay, that's that weekly 3. So we have had an insane run, and we just have not had. Now, our RSI is also coming to resistance again. We have already been here once. The RSI was here once and did get rejected on that 3 candle, right? All right, so that is very substantial. So higher ends and lower PA. All right. And moving along. Let's take a look at the Stoke. Fuck! Why isn't the Stoke fully bullish right now? Why is the Stoke not fully bullish? Like, the Stoke should be on the top, right? You got to get up yonder here and breaketh over this area. See, you want to get up here. You want to really be up in these top areas when you get these pump and dump, right? These pumps. I don't want to say pump and dumps, but when you get these pumps, see, look, this is all bullish. See how you're way over the 70 line, right? There's this, what is that? The 80 line. So there's the 80 line that coasts along there, the top of that purple zone, right? This is all super bullish. Bullish, dies. And, yeah, right? And yes, bullish. Yes, super bullish. And then dies. Like, why the hell isn't this damn thing, like, way up here? Once again, the vamp is really confused, right? Why the hell is this not in the bullish range of 80 plus? It just super confusing and not those, right? All right, let's cruise along here. Actually, I'm going to go back. Let's drop this back in there. I do want to take a look at my, all right, we're on a, where are we at over here? A 1, no help at all. A 3, no help at all. So it doesn't help us at all. Scoochies. Checking our fibs. So I got a bunch of fib lines pulled top to bottom here. I really haven't hit anything, so this doesn't help me at all. Chalking money flow, nice little push up, right? We had a nice little push up, and then we had some. So what's funny is the push up came from this candle and this candle and this candle. So somebody was getting into this, and then the push we had, you can see where the money actually pulled out on the actual push of this last candle. So this last daily candle, you did have a pullback of the chalk money flow. So you see that money actually got taken out of the market. Looks like a lot of profits got pulled off the books, right? So a lot of people did pull profits on that. CMF shows people took profits, right? Very nice. Good for them. Amen. It's always good to make profits. I like it. Better us than exchanges. All right, let's go along. Historical volatility chart. How many times have we gone over this, right? Like, this didn't move. It didn't move. We had that big move yesterday, peoples, was a really nice move. You can't, listen, I can't, even me, I'm like, yeah, that was respectable. That was respectable. I mean, I had to say, that was a nice move. You know, we were down at 3840-ish or 3800-ish, whatever we were at, 3800 zone. Ran all the way up to 4K. A great run. We had a 200-point run, but the historical volatility chart says, you know what? That wasn't shit. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Right? So the historical volatility chart shows us that this move just it was not relevant. It just was not relevant, right? It just wasn't. So once again, that was a great move. It was a beautiful 200-point move that we saw there. We have had a nice little pullback, but our historical volatility chart also tells us that there was not, it hasn't been a completed trend change. Okay, so we don't have a completed trend change. If you look back here, previous to when we actually did dump, and remember the absolute opposite could occur. All the historical volatility chart tells you is that you had an actual trend change, either bullish and or bearish. So it's just a confirmation that yes, buyers poured into the market with conviction or sellers poured into the market with conviction, and that's exactly what we would be. That's what the historical volatility chart tells me. Right? It says, yes, this was a legitimate move, or this was a legitimate move, or this was a legitimate move. It actually gives us a good basis to show when there is real movement in the market. And you kind of see here as we've been through this whole bear market right here, right? This whole bear market, you can kind of see that you developed like a channel, right? This was nothing but a descending channel. We broke out of the descending channel, and look at this. We've just kind of gone back into another descending channel right here, right? Now, this definitely looks more like a descending, yeah, same thing, a descending channel, right? Which would be bullish. This would be a bullish channel. This comes all the way down. Now, the issue is you really can't fall too much farther than that. So you might have to just do something like this to squeeze this up like this, something like that right there. You know what I mean? Something like that, like this little divot down below. Just kind of ignore that. But the general shape of the pattern would be something like this right here, okay? Unless we're going to start to push out another cyclical pattern of this right here, right? Kind of like we did back here. See, there was your big fall, came down, and then just this sideways movement was a continuation of the bear movement. Was this the reversal out of that? And then it's just going to start over again, and it's irrelevant where the price action moves. The historical volatility, if it stays inside the channel, it will remain bearish. You want this channel to flip bullish like this. So you're looking for this type of pattern. Oh, you're looking for this type of pattern right here. See that? There's your bullish channel, bearish channel, and still a bearish channel right now. I mean, that's exactly what that is. So we can see that the bearish versus the bullish channels right here, right? Bear versus bull channels. All right, it's cruising along. And multiple Meyer chart, which I really haven't been using. All right, NVT chart. So here we do have, now listen, I love trend lines. I do. I really like trend lines. Here is this trend line right here. So you do have a trend line on the NVT chart. This is our baby bull Jesus chart. We are at, and I said this yesterday. I think I have this in the channel where I was talking to the members about this. Okay, here we are on the trend line for the NVT baby BJ chart. Breaking this is some real shit. Right? So breaking this will be very, very critical. I mean, it's going to be critical, especially since you see you've tested this, a couple times, and let's just try to dial that in as perfect as we can get it. All right. I get this thing as perfect as I can get it. How's that look? That look okay? Trend line. Serious. This broken. All right, so it's very serious if you are going to see this broken. And look at, we're really, really, really close to that trend line right there, okay? Let's pull this baby up. Okay, and what I'm going to do... All right, and then let us set an alarm. There we go. Alarm is set. All right, so I got an alarm set on that line. I want to see that broken. And there it is. Okay, so if you are using the NVT chart, this is your NVT. You could go ahead and I would set an alarm at 135.45. So I would set yourself an alarm to see if this trend line is broken. To break this trend line, to me, would be a pretty bullish sign. You know what I'm saying? That would be actually a pretty bullish sign. We have had a hell of a run, folks. I mean, a really insane run on the NVT. Just crazy run on the NVT. We're at a way higher high, right? We're at a super higher high up here, and we are at a lower price action, right? Like there was that. I'm sorry, yeah, we're at a lower price action with a much higher high. So I am just vigilantly watching this to see if this does break that there trend line. Okay. NVT chart. I'm sorry. Here's our WMA TSI chart. Shows, listen, a bounce to bottom. I had this as a little higher head and shoulders here. We're going to see how this plays out, right? We're going to see how well this plays out. Is this still going to turn into a shoulder, just like I've had this head and shoulders pattern right there? All right. WMA. H and S, will this be right? Right? I have this on the chart. And I'm going to go over some price action. Just give me a second. I just want to do these indicators. Ooh, weekly rolling back up on the ADX, the weekly ADX. And look, there. Broken meme. Broken meme. Unless that is the top right there. Unless that is the top of this pattern from back in 2014 has been completely shattered. And, yep, that just did not work out right there. Right, I had this pattern very similar. And, I mean, we just look at the daily, this is the daily ADX chart right here. So you see your daily ADX chart, huge jump out of here. So you had a big rejection by the bears. Now here's the thing: you're back down into resistance for the bulls. So the bulls are back down testing resistance, but the bears got completely rejected out of there. If you guys go back, what you're looking for here is right here. See how it says flip pink? Now we're waiting for the histo line to turn pink. Until this turns pink, you don't have your trend change, right? So look, this thing turns pink and the bottom falls out, right? Bottom falls out. Goes along green, you see the green, and then it turns pink, and then the bottom falls out. So I said until this thing turns pink, you do not have a confirmation, right, of this turning, right? See, the histo did not turn pink, right? Once the histo, and it will give you, believe it or not, people, this is a good leading indicator. It's not really a lagging indicator because this will turn pink before this falls out, and you'll be able to find that before it actually falls out. Once this turns pink, will often give a heads up signal. Pink equals trend change. All right. Okay. Bulls headed back up. Now this kind of is starting to look like a head and shoulders pattern here, though. Starting to look like a head and shoulders pattern. Also, very, very relevant. So let's go over here. I'm going to bring this over. Very relevant. We are back on the top side. And unfortunately, when you're back on the top side, it wants to make a, it wants to squiggle around. Now, when we're down this tight, not sure how this will work out here. Let's peek at this really quick. I just want to go over this real quick. Fall down. Yeah, sure enough, likes to put in a high, even if it's a teeny tiny little higher high sometimes right there. Right now it can flip, but once it's above both of these, I like it to put in this double top right there. Yeah, I like it to put in a little double top. That looks like maybe a run back up. Yeah. Yeah, I wish it was that easy, Soak. I really wish it was that easy. I really wish it was that easy. The issue is I still think we have, damn it, this is just telling me we just have a little more to go up, damn it. All right. Once you get so once you get the two blues on top, it is bullish. So we're definitely sitting on a bullish side. And this likes the and it likes to have the double top on the blue before it dumps. All right, pull that back, pull that back, and yeah, there's your 40.95 top trend line. All right, support and resistance, tapped the weekly, so we hit the weekly. There's the weekly historical resistance. There was also a 786 right there at 40.47, so we hit that and pulled back a little bit. Listen, this up here, this is your monthly historic right here. See this monthly historic 43.26. This is a very heavy level of resistance right here. This is it. Like, and honestly, this could get run into. There's no reason that top side, and I'm not going to put anything over that, right? But I'm not going to put anything over that. But this is this monthly, the heavy monthly R equals 43.26-ish. Right? And that is your monthly, super heavy monthly historical support. The rest of this is just kind of weak support, weak resistance on the top side here. This is really a lot of weak sauce. as you move up here. So a lot of weak sauce right there. There's no reason. Look, you've already had this level, this monthly tested multiple times, right? Once, twice, three, four, five, six. Getting through that is going to be like butter. If it does get up there and it hits this 4135, if it does hit 4135 again and 4135 gets closed above, it's an easy run up there. Easy run. Burr. Yeah, 44. Yeah, 43, 43.26, 43.40. It's right up in that range. All right, let's scoot along. There's that 43.26 line. And there's our CME gap, right? 43.91 is our CME gap. Right, so we still have that futures gap popped up there. Look, take a look at how convenient that weekly. Look at that. Bam, hit the weekly close, See follows line, weekly close, a lot. So that was a pretty heavy weekly resistance right there. Okay, I'm gonna mark this one out. So really heavy weekly resistance. Where was that baby parked right there? 40.43. Let me line this up. All right, so you can see how that, ooh, there it is right there. You can see how well that weekly resistance held, right? So there's that weekly historical close, wick, and then you had close, wick, and a wick, and touch. So we were definitely stopped by the here by the weekly. Weekly R was 40.43 and stopped for now. All right, let's go back. Trend line broken. Bullish push. Nope. Okay, nothing there. Just coming up on a trend line is all you're doing. You're just coming up to another trend line. These weren't really dumps either here. You know, this could have gone both ways. That's the thing. I mean, this one dumped, that one went up. It could go either way right there. So that's not helping us. Long to short line. Now this was interesting because we'll go over to our long to shorts chart. So this is my long to shorts bubble chart. This was the rejection zone, and you see how well this rejection zone has played out historically over time. There's the last time we got rejected in the area. If you go back, you can go back even deeper. Check out that one. There's another one. So, right, this was a heavy resistance zone. We ran right into it, got rejected right off of it. Now we are really high here, people. This was a nice run on the RSI. I gotta give it. The hourly RSI was just absolutely insane. The hourly RSI was all the way up to like 90 or over 90%. So we did that, and that we still kept running on this baby. So you see how we did get rejected right there. And if you do break that, you know, this is a very bullish, right? Breaking this is extremely bullish right here, right? Never broke the long super bull RSI range All right. All right. So there's that. And I'm going to back up one chart. Okay, there's that chart right there. Now God, I mean, I don't even know what to think right now, people, because the longs have not been fixed. So since the longs have not been fixed, yeah, that's just a really ugly freaking head and shoulders right there. And that's a super ugly head and shoulders. Very hard to play that head and shoulders out right there. Now you see there, look, there's the rejection, there's my rejection zone. You see how well that plays out, right? So you see how well, look, there's rejected right there, so on and so forth, all the way across the board. Now, you know, this does show you your bull and bear territory. This is our first tease, this is our second tease. Also our trend lines. And I'm going to grab this here, clone it. Will that be a rejection? Right, let's see what happened the last few times. Last time this was rejected, look, it made a higher high, and then it finally bombed out. And I think that is completely plausible to see the similar pattern play out here, right? With your rejection, and then possibly going up to make another higher high. I don't see there's any reason why that wouldn't be possible. You've now turned this trend lines into support lines. So trend lines have all been turned into support. There's your top side. And we have still, listen, we have still not made a higher high, okay? I want to see the higher high get, I want to see the 41 range get broken before, oh man. Bullish uptick on the 12-hour. We watched that roll bull yesterday, and we did see that bullish tick, and there just keeps going. Just keeps going. Right, we look back here. Here was the final dump to Baby Bull Jesus. Here was our uptick right here. Here was our uptick. The 3-day has just been gangbusters. 3-day MACD still going. Now that is interesting. That's actually really interesting because this is like a higher high for the bull market. So the MACD, I do have them in log mode. I have both. I have log and regular. I have them drawn both ways. Where is my, hold on a second. Let me go find my, I do have, so this one I have off log because I want to have both too. And there it is. So this is the log one right here. So this is log. So what I have on this one is this is the 2018 trend line from the bottom. See, there's the bottom, there's the bottom. And this is that trend line that comes down here. Now your top trend line is way up yonder, right? So your top trend line is way up here. It's right like that right there. There's your top trend line. That thing is way up yonder. So I do have the bottom trend line. So the bottom trend line right now, or what would be, yeah, the 2018 trend line. 2018 trend line, 40.95. Yeah, we'll just call it 40.95. It might be a little bit lower right now, but definitely it'll be a little bit lower in tomorrow. It's just going to scoot down a little. 40.88. So 40.88 to 40.95. There's that. This is such an important thing, right? This is so important. This middle Bollinger Band on the weekly, still sitting there at 40.72. I mean, this is an absolute momentous moment. The weekly middle BB 40.72. This is serious, right? Right, that's serious to break that. Very serious. And our Gauss trend lines, listen, we've talked about this. There's just nothing but blue sky above this. So you got blue sky on all of this right here. Just blue sky. Nothing above it. Now this is really where I'm lost right here, people. Okay? So this was the pattern I was looking for. Okay, the pattern I was looking for to play out right here. This is clearly not the pattern I was looking for, okay? So the pattern I was looking for to play out, and let me screenshot this real quick, all right? This is not the pattern I was looking for. Completely not. Okay, so to me, okay, the 2-day TDI, this pattern I was looking for failed, right? I was looking for retracement of this, to retrace like it did back in 2014. It went up, it went down, it went up, and then it died. Okay, and I'll show that to you. I want to bring that over. So let's do this. Here's what I'll do. Okay, there it is right there. All right. So here is 2000. I want to bring the price action up. Okay, so there's both of the zones right there. So this is both of those zones as they played out. You see we got all the way to the top, and let me do this so we can all get a good comparison view, right? Ooh. All right, so I want to get a good comparison view of this, of now and then, right? So here is now. Sorry, I got sneezes, had to sneeze twice. All right, so this is now. This is today, right? There it is. I can't move it over. All right, so this is today right here. Take a look at where we're at and how we came up, broke it out of the Bollinger Band, pulled back down underneath the Bollinger Band, broke up, did this little hiccup thing, pushed up one more time, and then it rolled over, right? So you got this up, down, up, and then rolled over. Okay, so right now I'm watching this pattern to play out because this did not. I did expect this to fall out a little bit earlier. And having this make a run like this to me, now, especially on the 2-day, I've got to go ahead, and what I have to do is I have to come over here, I have to pull this damn chart up like this, okay? I got to clone this damn line, I got to slide this thing over, okay? There's my 2-day. Now, beating this, not falling out before this in 2 days, right? Completely just violates that pattern, right? No matter where you're going to fall out. If you're going to hit the wedge line, right, and fall out. If you're going to hit the trend line, right, where we're 44.88 we said, so 44.88. We'll go right in there. The weekly, that's also the weekly. So if this doesn't play out within 2 days, and it's got to happen within 2 days. It's got to happen here, right? Breaking over to this zone, still in a bullish momentum, will completely break out of this pattern, right? It'll completely break this pattern. So in 2 days, if this thing goes ahead and ticks up again, right? If this thing just runs up to a higher high right there, if that does make a higher high, that will have completely broken the pattern of 2014 and 2015, and will, to me, God, just signal more of a bullish. It'll definitely be a much more bullish signal. All right, so let me grab this. I want to do this right here. Let me just do this, okay? So point that down there. Point that down there. Point that over there. All right, we roughly have, right? So the 2-day candle closed, or we're halfway through a full day, so we've got one more day. I wish you could type on this thing. We have one more day. One day. One day. To close the new 2-day candle. Okay, so we have 1 day to close the new 2-day candle, okay? So I'm looking, so we're trying to confirm. I'm going to copy this right there. Looking to confirm or break pattern. We have 1 day and, what is it, 5 hours. 1 day and 5 hours left. 1 day and 4 hours. 4 hours left. This 2-day candle. And if the 2-day TDI makes a higher high, new open, the pattern for the dump is broken. All right, so I wanted to get that in there. All right, thank you for appreciating my 3rd grade. All right. Hey, so listen, guys, don't get mad. It is what it is. I'm just reading the charts, telling you what I see, and I just see this pattern, and that's the pattern I see. And I play out these patterns. I play out history. History has a way of repeating itself. If you don't believe so, there was something called World War I, followed closely by World War II. There was also Soaks, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Girlfriend attempt, none of those worked out. And once again, you just showed that history repeats itself over and over and over again. And it's good for some of us, and for some of us it's not so good. But Sok will continue to give it his best shot as he moves forward in this digital age. Thank God for apps like Grindr, because without Grindr it would be a cold and lonely day. for soak. But all right, let's cruise over. Patterns do repeat themselves. That's right. If you get divorced the first time, it never turns out well the second, third, or fourth time, right? All right, but this is a problem now. So this is a problem now right here because we have broken out of the freaking Bollinger Band. Yep, broken outside the damn Bollinger Band. Very bullish. Very, very, very bullish. Okay. All right. Wants to make a HH, LH, or HH, HH. This, nothing, this, nothing, this. Huge. Huge. Still rolled over on the... Oh, actually, I wanted to see. Did we start a new 3-day? No, we have not started a new 3-day. And we are, yep, halfway through the 2-day. The volume, really good volume. So still, you know what? I mean, still bearish volume, local, bullish. Right? For that huge candle right there, people. I'd say that was actually, it's not a bad. That's, it was a pretty good volume candle. I'd like to see, I want to see how this thing closes. Yeah. Pretty good volume candle. Yeah, we've got 4 hours left. Let's see how this closes right here. Bollinger Bands, right? There's the tight Bollinger Bands. We talked about this thing tightening up yesterday, and there you have it, right? 12 hours still outside the Bollinger Band. We talked about how now the daily is also outside the Bollinger Band. So all of our BBs are broken. Top side on the 2-day, still cruising along. We haven't hit that 2-day. Ooh, what is this? Oh, that's not a very good trend line right there. Yeah. All right. 2 days still chilling. 3 days still chilling. Haven't hit. And you see where your Bollinger Bands are at. So your BBs are still. So you're outside of the top of the daily and the 12-hour. Now, listen. This technically, I mean, this was a pretty good breakout on the 12-hour, right? I mean, it's not a bad breakout. That's a pretty respectable breakout right there on the 12-hour. It's not bad at all. Listen, this has been a bulls game, right? Bulls, bulls, bulls. This is all bullish, right? Just tapped on the bottom, bulls. This has been a pretty much all bulls ball game here from the beginning of February. So this has been all bulls this whole way. Really taking this whole all of February and into March. The bulls have been just absolutely controlling the game. Right, the bulls have been controlling the game, and there was that danger zone right there that we called for, and there was the pop, right? Yeah, we'll see. I don't want to make any. My pattern, my 2-day pattern right now. I got 24 hours left in that. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna be wrong, right? If I'm definitely wrong, I'm definitely going to be I'm going to be real wrong. All right. One of the people in the chat just showed this basic pattern right there. There's that pattern. 2-day, 3-day. Now, all right, so we had put in a whole bunch of bearish candles. Is this going to end up now? That was going to be a hanging man. Not going to be a hanging man anymore, right? Not a hanging man. Hanging man got bloated out. So what do we got here? Options. Spinning top, maybe? Spinning top. Maybe a spinning top candle. I can't see, or a doji, possibly a doji. If it does run up, it would be a hammer candle, right? So we got spinning top, we got a hammer, and then we've got a doji that are all possible weekly candles. So we've got all these as possible weekly candles right here. I'm telling you guys, the monthly cross is not played out yet, but I could get wrecked on this thing. All right, I could get wrecked on this. I'm not done. Let me get all the way down to the end here, and we're gonna go over a couple little quick things. All right, there's the death cross right there. It's the monthly cross. It's still there. All right. And that, and that, and that. All right, let's pop back. We're almost done here. 9, 9. See, these are both bullish 9s, though. That's a bullish 9. It's an imperfected 9. That there is an imperfected 9. Ooh, bullish cross coming. 4-hour bull cross. It's coming. Right, 4-hour, 30, 50 bull cross. So you got a 4-hour, you got that coming. What else do we got over here? Got imperfected 9s. Ooh, 12-hour bull cross coming. It's not going to happen for another day. All right, there's that. So you had a bullish cross. There it is, the 5100 cross. This is neutral to bullish. It's 50-50 on the fail side. So, you know, there it was. You got the bullish cross and you got the bullish pop. And people, so I love how people believe in the daily cross, right? All right, so one, we have a 4-hour bull cross at close. Okay, that's the 30 and the 50. 2, we have the 12-hour are working a 30-50 bull cross, but will take 1 day minimum to get to that bull cross. And then the daily, that daily 5100 was a bull cross. Confirmed. Yes, I do really own strip clubs. Yes, I do. And nightclubs. That's what I was. That's why the vamp was working till 5 o'clock this morning. Yeah, if you ask my wife what I do, though. Don't ask my wife. All right, the 4-hour and 6-hour both imperfected green TD9s. These are bullish. Oh, what the hell happened? Okay. Get back up there. All right, let's go over here and take a look. Hit the two. That's a much bigger break than the 236. I had this as a 236. So I'm still looking for this so I kind of A, B, C. Let's see if that works out. Drum roll. drum roll. Drum roll, please. All right, my butt cheeks are tightening right now, people. My butt cheeks are tightening. Yes, this is definitely an 18 plus stream here. All right. 5. My ABC. All right. My ABC. All right, there it is. That's me right now. Not gonna lie, people, a little worried right here. A little worried because I could see this thing actually going a little higher too. All right, so let's break this a little farther. We're almost there. Bear with me. Bear with me. Hold on. All right. All right. Nothing. Okay, all right. So this is really the last chart I'm going to go over today, okay? All right, so this is our long to short call. This is our long to short call right here, okay? And I pretty much have all the details out. This is the 3-day beast scalper, right? I want you to take a look. Long, long, short, long, short, long, short. Okay. When we hit here, yes, I did open a long. Okay, it was an okay size long. Now I did take 50% of that off the table between 34 and 3,700. Okay, so half that got ripped off the table between 34 and 37. I have been playing the rest of that out, henceforth. Right, I've been just sitting on it. Okay, so here's my thing. We did get the short call on the scalper. The last time we got the short call on the scalper and we had this did give you a second top that played out, right? You got the second top that played out. Look, you were squished between your 30 and your 50, right? Here's your next call, your next short call. Now you were under the 30 and the 50 here, okay? This was definitely much more bullish because you were using the 30 as support right here. Here you were using the 30 as resistance. So once again, you can see that you were using your 30 as support and your 50 now is your resistance point. So for me, right, for me watching this play out, a break of the 50 is pretty significant. Now, can it touch the 50? Yes, it can definitely touch the 50. Can it hit the 50? Yes, it can hit the 50. You have every single time pretty much, had a pretty good little retrace where you were making these short calls. So you got to be just well aware of that. So this was a lagging short call. So it's very tough to play this. Now, have I been shorting since the top right here? Yes, I have. I opened up a short. I showed my position. I actually showed that I actually ended up making 1.3 BTC on this trade, and I have been shorting this off and on all the way down. I said I'm going to reload on this short, and I want to short this again as we bounced off of the 30 MA, which we clearly did. You see, we bounced up to 30 MA, which we clearly did right here. And only difference is you got more of a bull cross here, where that bull cross actually happened a little premature here over on this one. You got that bull cross, then you had the short call, then it was a little, then you had your final fall. Here you had the short call, then you had the bull cross. And So many people believe in the bull crosses, but they only believe in them when they're good for the trade you're in. Okay, they only believe in them when you're good for the trade they're in. You still have to be aware. And yes, Andrew, the bottom could well be in. You're correct. Okay, there's no 100% that I can say that the bottom's not. I still think we need to go lower. I still think the ecosystem as a whole needs to go lower. There's so many reasons. I've outlined all of them. It's hard to get Bitcoin to moon with 2,000 altcoin projects out there, all taking up the part of the line of a pie. It's a pie. You have a pie chart. You draw out the pie. How many people own? There's X amount of dollars in that pie. That pie has to be divvied up. If it's a smaller pie, the pieces get bigger, right? I am still of the belief that we need to wipe out a lot of these shill and shit coins. I still believe that we have not had enough despair. I still believe that we have not wiped out all of these scammy projects. And the only way to wipe out these scammy projects is for them to literally run out of money, where they can't sell you their scammy tokens anymore, that they can print up at will and you will buy them, right? And it's enough money for them to continue paying themselves and filling their pockets full of our money, right? Because that's what's happening. So for that reason, I don't believe the bottom is in. Okay, for that reason alone, I believe the bottom is in. Until we see a culling of the herd, I do not believe the bottom is in. Okay, do I believe that we could test back down to the 200 or the 50 MA on the monthly and then get a bounce? Now, yes, I do, and that's what I would like to see. I would like to see another test lower, even if, and yes, I can clearly see the potential A and E, Adam and Eve bottom. I mean, I can see it. I can see a cup and handle. There's a nice cup and handle right here, right? There's a nice cup. There's a handle that's working right there. There's definitely patterns here. I see these patterns, okay? And you can't just deny the patterns either, right? I mean, I like to play patterns. And is this some kind of a rounded, more inverse head and shoulders? We all thought this was the head and shoulders right here, right? Is this a more rounded head and shoulders, just kind of a more sloping gradual? Yes, it is possible, right? Do I feel that the market is completely controlled and manipulated? Yes, I do. It's completely controlled and manipulated, right? Do I see a lot of the recent activity in the crypto space being positive? No, I don't. I don't see the CBOE leaving. I don't. That is not positive, guys. Pulling liquidity out of the market is not a positive thing. Those guys come in, they bring a lot of institutional money, they bring a lot of liquidity into the market, and taking that liquidity out of the market is not good for us. It's not good for the market. It's not good for the ecosystem. Right here, we are just trying to freaking get back to come in. We're trying to get ETFs to come in, and the CBOE pulls out, right, because of a failed futures project. What do you guys think Backed is? Backed is freaking futures. That's all it is. The only difference between Backed and CBOE is you can keep the asset. The Bitcoin is theirs. They hold it in custody. You can keep the actual Bitcoins. Right? You get to keep it, even if it fails. If you go in and you're long and the sky falls, you still don't just take a big goose egg on it. They give you that Bitcoin so you can say, well, I tried the long. Now I'm just going to sit on this for the bull run, right? So it's good, which is a much better version than you have right now with the CBOE, right? What kind of example does that lead right now? So for me, no, I do not feel that we have had enough pain and despair. I don't feel we've had enough pain and despair in this marketplace yet. I still think we need to get another dump. Now, let's say we go up to 4,300, right? 4,400. And then it falls back out to 2,900. Okay? If we were to do that, and then people will go, that's it. Fuck this. This is screw this. I was all in. I was thinking we were going to the moon. I was like buying in at 4,300. This is everybody and their mother was tweeting we're going to 6K. The bottom is in, and all of a sudden it falls back out to 3K or 2,900 or something like that. Now that would, to me, be a really good another level of despair, right? I mean, I would like that. I would like to see something like that, because everybody be like, I'm never gonna get back into this again. I don't believe another bull run. F all of you guys. I'm out of here, right? So I would like to see that happen. In the least, I would like to see that happen, right? To then say, okay, like, all right, now we've had another good wave of suffering, and let's move on, right? Let's now, now people who can, let's see what develops after that, because the closer we get to November, the closer we get to the end of the year, the closer we get to back to realizing, the closer we get to ETFs, and everybody knows what happens when people start talking about ETFs. The second you start talking about ETFs coming to the marketplace, people get really excited. People start buying. We saw that happen before, and I do feel it'll be the same thing. When the Winklevoss twins said that they were going to do an ETF back in 2017, there was a huge uptick in the speculative market of BTC, and a lot of people really ran that was a huge catalyst too to running the price up, right? ETFs mean legitimacy means protection means from manipulation, means you don't have to worry about your retirement fund getting wiped out, and so on and so forth. And there's a lot of hopeism that's tied to those ETFs, because they do have the protections built in place to make sure that your retirement program doesn't get wiped out, right? Or your retirement savings doesn't get wiped out. And as we get closer towards the end of the year, I do feel that this is going to be a bullish catalyst for the marketplace to take us to the next level, right? And do I think this is a safe place to trade? If you're a day trader, this isn't bad. This isn't a bad place to trade. Day traders are actually doing pretty good right now. These mini alt seasons are actually doing pretty good right now. Now, we just had a massive run up in price, a $200 run up in price. Ethereum ran, LTC a little, Ethereum ran a little, XRP didn't run for shit. SV ran, all the BCHs ran, Tron ran a little, but we didn't see, there wasn't really a coupling of the two. There wasn't really this massive coupling of alts ran and BTC ran. BTC definitely ran. Now, was that run from BTC for two things? We had the Tether news come out to where they finally, after 2 years, oh my God, a year, full year of Bitfinex and a lot of the other guys who were out there doing a great job. All those guys were out there saying, listen, USDT is full of crap and it's not backed one-to-one. And they finally came out and said, we are not backed one-to-one. Right? I mean, those guys got shouted down by a lot of people for those calls, and what they said was true. And in the end, they have been, vindicated for all of their hard work. And shout out to those guys out there. A lot of us in the space, we already knew Tether was full of shit. Come on, we've all known Tether was full of shit for a long time, right? When has the last time you guys have seen a massive amount of Tether printed, or these fake Tether pumps? They're gone. Now, there's a shitload of Tether out there in the market, and they're just not printing new Tether to do the pumps. They're just having to use their existing bullshit Tether that's out there to pump the market, right? Or to float the market, or to do wash trading, right? So there is a ton of USDT out there that is being used still at this time. And yes, JF, you're right. UST. I listen for the if you can clearly come out and say that your USDT is clearly not backed and the market doesn't panic, dude, I mean, how stupid are people? That's it. I mean, people are fucking morons, right? Your money's not backed. It's clearly not backed. It's not backed by a government. USDT is not a government. They don't have insurance. They're not going to do, they could barely get a freaking bank, right? Do you think that you know, if there was a run on Tether right now, that you would really get, if everybody did a run on Tether, you really think you'd get your Tether? Right? You wouldn't. You're not. They just told you you're not. They just told you your Tether's not backed 1 to 1. And if there was a huge run on Tether right now and everybody went to, fuck, there's nine, seriously, there's literally more, there's more stable coins out there than Carl or JF have had girlfriends, right? And I'm not talking together, I'm talking separately, right? That's how many girlfriends JF and Carl have had in their lifetime. I mean, we're not talking fingers and toes, we're talking multiplication, right? We're talking, that's a lot of girlfriends, right? I mean, that's how many stable coins are out there, right? So, yeah, you're right. When we all get liquidated, it's a big fat zero, anyways. But my point I'm trying to make is that it's a risky asset that has no upside. USDT has no upside at all. You can't make money holding USDT. There's no hold in USDT. You just can't. It's not. There's no hope of holding USDT and one day it's going to be worth $2. Not going to happen. It's a stable coin, right? So now you would have a better chance of holding. This is why, and I have talked about this, and I am the one who called this before it ever happened. Go back to my tweet back in like October or something like that. I have a tweet of the 4 things that need to happen in 2019. And one of them is the exchanges need to get away from USDT. And look what's happened. Everybody and their mother now go to Binance, dude. Holy shit. Have you guys gone to Binance lately? The USD pairings? Dude, the USD pairings is so long. You could literally, it's like scrolling through the previous search engine of Bleeding Crypto, right? And finding all of the explicit videos that he finds for him and his wife on a Friday night after they get home from bowling, right? I mean, there is a lot of things to scroll through. You can scroll through that thing for like days and hours. There's that many pairings now. And now they're adding even more pairings. So, you know, for me, that is a positive sign. That's a good step. That means that if the Shake USDT does go down, we don't have to worry about it. And honestly, I feel that the risk from USDT now is a fraction of what it was in 2018. I feel that USDT is not the dangerous animal that it was. And I don't worry about it. I don't worry about USDT crashing right now because we have so many altcoins. And here's the thing: if you go from one stable coin to another stable coin, it does not affect the market. You couldn't do that before. You had to go from a stable coin to BTC to save yourself, and now and then to USD. You don't have to do that anymore. Now you can just go to a different stable coin. It's fine, and it doesn't affect. It's not going to swing the market like crazy, like we had the Tether pump back in late 2018. You're just not going to get that anymore. You're not going to get some crazy Tether pump if Tether crashes. If anything, you'll get a fraction of that reaction, but you'll get more of a move into other stable coins. right? Last thing I want to go over with before I get out of here is the daily, okay? So I just want to go over the daily with all of you real quick. The most important thing that I've seen here on the daily is this. I'm gonna pull this down. Give me a seckie. And here we go. Oh, no, don't want to do that. There it is. I'm gonna pull that, 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 that. All right, okay. So this here, pretty green, pretty yellow line, is the 128 day. This has been your barometer, bear and bull market. That's what this is. This is the most important line you have drawn in the sand. And as we've gotten closer and closer to this line, you see we finally broke it. Yes, it has been broken. Technically, this was your confirmation of the bull run. Your bull run, you weren't truly in a, in a bear run. You weren't truly in a bear run until you broke this line. Okay? How do you know that? Well, if you go all the way back yonder, look, bull, 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 peeky through, bull, 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 peeky through, bull, 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 peeky, peeky, bull, bull, bull. And guess what? We come all the way down to Baby Bull Jesus. Baby Bull Jesus used the 128 as resistance. And there it is. Look, the 128 has been your guideline to the stars. This is your crystal ball right here. You don't need a crystal ball when you have the 128. The 128 clearly shows you the trend that you've been watching here over the last, at least this takes you at least all the way back to, I would say it was really successful back into here. This would have been a lot harder to play. I wasn't there, so I don't know. But I do know starting right here, October 2nd, 2013, bull run, 128 perfect, broke through, mini bull run, right? Little hopeism, and then bear run, the 128, baby bull Jesus, we all know it. Once you got above, down, so look up, down, and ever since you broke through, there has been your gorgeous bull run of crypto, right? Your gorgeous bull run. You finally broke through. And then we have been below this all the way down. Now, yes, we have broken through a few times, right? We've clearly broken through once, twice, three, a poke, a touch, a couple more pokes, right? We have done a fine job of poking through this over and over and over and over again, right? And at this point, we have once again broken over it. To me, yes, this is bullish. This is bullish to break the 128. Okay. Do I think that now I need the weekly? I need some confidence on the weekly. I need some more confidence. I mean, honestly, we have really never closed over this for a really sustained period of time except for back here. So we had a raging nine dildo candle right here. So there's that raging 9 dildo candle followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of uncertainty, a hanging man, and then just dragged the market back down to the bottom. Okay. You need to really break away from this 128. Right? This is not enough. I mean, even this red 9 here, this green 9 should have given you a signal. If you take a look, you had it topped out with a shooting star candle and topped out with a shooting star candle. So you had great, really good signals before the downturn. You had the 9 was a great signal before the downturn. And then you plopped in that hanging man candle. And then if you marched all the way down here, this was a bleeding 9. Full out, right? Never could break and close above it. And this is the first time again we are actually breaking above and will probably, when 3 hours and 45 minutes left in this day, probably hold this 128 and try to close above it. So for me, closing above this is a bullish sign. Now, unlike the previous breaks, right? Unlike the previous breaks here, I would like to see this, right? I would like to see this have a little more sideways and then up action, right? Maybe retest. I want to see this retest the 128 And then to me, that would be bullish, right? That the one testing the 128, bouncing off the 128 would be very bullish. Losing the 128 again here would be very bearish for me. Okay, would be extremely bearish for me to lose the 128 right now at any point. Okay, because you're going to then turn the 128 back into a topside resistance. As you can see, that all has worked out very well in the past as a topside resistance. Now, good news is this is just a 2, which is not bad. Now you will hit 1, 2, 3, and 4. You pull back. So, you don't have as much support on the bear side on the TD system here as you have had previously. Okay, so very simple. Just keep an eye on this. You cannot lose this 128. The 128 is very critical to the price action right now. You have 3.5 hours left, 3 hours and roughly 40 minutes left to finish this baby out. You're sitting at 3,900 and a little bit of change as that 128 support. So this 128 support is the magic line drawn in sand. 128 support is 3909-ish, right? Losing this is bad. Making this support is huge for the bulls. Okay, so this is really the last thing I wanted to go over with all of you. And there's your long to shorts chart. I would like to say thank all of you very, 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 very much. Really appreciate you being here, especially you, Bleeding. Always great to have such a man, myth, and legend here in the house. I want to say thanks to everybody who is watching the show. Listen, if you go back, I've been looking for shorts, and if you guys are members in the group, you guys know that I've been trying to load my shorts, right? I've had shorts layered. Here. Listen, if I get taken out of this trade, I get taken out of this trade, okay? But right now, I am playing the short call. on the scalper. I'm doing it. I'm playing the short call on the scalper. I'm playing the 50 MA here, right? And I'm playing this squeeze. I'm playing this squeeze pattern here. There's no reason. Your top side there is 42, 42.30, 42.32, right? And I'm going to go back to that 42.32, the 3-day MA, right? Bleeding, yes, we do have a group. It's called Trading Associates. I try not to shill it. Listen, here's the thing. I try not to shill my group. And if you guys want a really good group, guys, Bleeding Crypto has a great group. You guys should really go check it out. There's our group right there, Trading Associates. But listen, Bleeding Crypto has a really great group. I am in his group. He does great. He does lots of streams. He's been definitely more consistent on doing his streams lately than I have, because I have been building a strip club, remodeling a strip club. And as you guys can understand, I hope you will understand that I've been putting my full power and efforts into making sure that it is the utmost success. If you ask my wife, that's exactly my story of why I've been spending so much time down there, okay? Nothing more, nothing less, all right? I've got her convinced that I am packing a whole foot. I just haven't explained to her that is a small baby's foot, okay? All right, everybody. I am the Vamp. That is Bleeding in the house. I want to say thank you all to everybody. I am from Trading Associates, and I am out.